Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you beautiful faces back to a Title Tuesday review. I know, content must be drying up if this is what it's really come to. But no, Hikaru Nakamura with an absolutely dominant performance as usual. I mean, he must be the GOAT of Title Tuesday at this point. If he's not, let me know in the comments who is, because if it's not him, I don't have a clue what's going on. Hikaru Nakamura absolutely dominates the field, goes 9.5 out of 11, playing against the reigning classical world champion Gukesh, as you can see on your screen. I'm not going to spoil the result of that game, so stick around for that one. But I just have to start by showing you this game, okay? We're going to jump straight into it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, but we're not going to mess about, okay? Hikaru with the white pieces, this fine gentleman whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce with the black pieces. E4 and C5, so we get a Sicilian. Very, very aggressive stuff, okay? This is like terrifying. When I play against a Sicilian, I tend to just like close my laptop down, get under my desk and start crying. That tends to be the way forward. This move E6 is actually the Alapin, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, this move C3, sorry, prepares the Alapin. What am I talking about? This is like some French setup. I got ahead of myself. So C3 is the Alapin, which basically prepares to strike in the center with D4 at some point. Obviously not just yet. Now Hikaru plays the move D4. You just basically prepare a monster center, and oftentimes you trade off the C pawns so you still have D and E pawns, but this case is a little bit different. Knight immediately jumping to the rim. I don't know how these super GMs get away with these stupid looking moves, but if I played this, Stockfish is getting me in a headlock, but because it's Hikaru, they're like, yeah, it's probably a good move. We'll just take his word for it. A6 is played, and then the knight jumps into C4 in the center. Knight jumps over to D7, we get bishop E3, B5, kicking the knight over to the rim again. Just looks so unpleasant. Like, how is that the best place to put your knight? Knight jumps forward to G4. Bishop to E2, takes and takes. So now if Hikaru short castles, going to have a beautifully opened rook. I mean, it's always very pleasant when that happens. Bishop to E7, short castles now on this like semi-open file with the rook again. Queen to D6, and we are literally just flying through this game. So I just want to show you one critical position. Knight jumps to D2, we get rook A7, bishop over to F3, rook shuffles over to the center, and you'll see the eval bar is absolutely skyrocketing here. And do you want to know why that is? I mean, you could literally like pause this video and not in a million years are you finding it. Comment down below if you found this move. Knight to C4 is the best move here. Because after the pawn takes, you just put your other knight there and the queen is completely trapped on this diagonal. There is nowhere for it to go. Like, that is unbelievable. Like, this is the best line apparently for black. Like, how on earth is this the best line? Then the knight just jumps back over to A5. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I wanted to show you guys this game, because the queen is just completely trapped. Hikaru doesn't see that though and plays this move A4. So completely losing all advantage. Then we get short castles. Again, the eval bar skyrockets because of the same idea we just explored, just putting a knight on this square. But Hikaru again doesn't find the queen trap, plays queen E2, and now black is actually the one with the advantage. Queen goes to B6. A pawn takes back, king goes over to H1, because you just don't want to deal with any sort of shenanigans on this dark square file, diagonal, sorry, because the dark square bishop can come over, the queen's already here, and it looks like the pawn breaks are going to be on this file, so it's very scary stuff. Knight jumps towards the center, knight jumps back, rerouting. Do we get a bishop trade? Yes, in fact we do. Knight C1, C4 is played, locking up the position. E4 striking in the center. I mean, this position couldn't be any more locked if you tried. It looks like a jack in the box right now. Rook goes over to A8. We don't get a rook trade though, play rook B1. Knight D7, and queen to G4 is actually a mistake, apparently because of this move queen to B6. So just putting pressure on these dark squares, I guess. I mean, Stockfish has a mind of its own. I couldn't tell you why half these moves are any good. Queen C8, Queen G3, Rook A6, Knight jumps forward to E2, Rook to G6, Queen goes to F3, setting up this beautiful looking battery, targeting this F7 pawn. Knight F6 is played, and now apparently there's the move Rook A1. But H3 is played, Bishop C5, now taking advantage of these weakened dark squares around Hikaru's king. Whoopsie daisy, Knight to G3, Rook G5. I mean, now that they're both so low on time, like, this gentleman from China is now on 6 seconds currently, and Hikaru's also below 30 seconds, so the remaining moves is just like a mistake fest, okay? Knight jumps to e8, we get rook a1, apparently now taking the a file's a mistake, despite the fact that the engine wanted it 2 moves ago. Like, make your mind up. Bishop goes back to f8, rook a5, targets a pawn, pushes, rook, oh my god, getting double stacked, takes, queen jumps forward to d7, and now you cement your rook on this back rank. I mean, now it's like terrifying. Like, how does one even defend this position? Like, look at that. The knight just did like an absolute backflip 360 to reroute itself to target this rook. Like, look at this. And if you allow this to be taken, it's absolutely terrifying. So you move the rook away. Oh my god, and after picking up this pawn, I mean, I think he ran out of time, didn't resign, but the position is just completely lost. Like, let's follow the best line here. Queen b5. I mean, knight jumps over to d4, just targeting literally everything. And it's like, look at these outposted knights. Like, what the hell do you even do in this situation? Like, this is just terrifying. Like, you're just down so much material here. Like, there is nothing you can do. So Hikaru picks up a crushing win in game number 1. But we flew through that one, okay? Because I really just want to show you this game against Gukesh, okay? Gukesh is more so known for his classical prowess, okay? He's very dominant over longer time controls. I think Hikaru actually beat him in the classical tournament played in Croatia, I want to say. Maybe he didn't, though. Maybe it was the candidates. Hikaru beat him recently in classical. Probably the... I don't know. I'm making stuff up. Knight f3... d5, g3, g6, okay, so Hikaru clearly going for a King's Indian. He loves his modern defences and his King's Indian because he just blitzes them out in shorter time controls. So the middle game and end game, he has so much time to think because, I mean, these moves are all relatively standard in, like, all lines. There's nothing really white can do to change things up. Like, all this is very simple. You give this checks to pick up the knight, then the bishop comes out kicking the queen back. I mean, you're probably going to get short castled at some point, offering a queen trade now. If Gukesh were to take it, you actually just completely open this up. The bishop could drop back at some stage and you could really put pressure on this pawn. So notably, Gukesh does not trade queens and instead pushes the pawn. And you'll also notice Hikaru doesn't trade queens because if you take and then allow this, then there's going to be some sort of setup over here and it's going to be messy. Bishop is developed. Bishop is developed. Queen goes to a3. Queen c7, rook slides over. I mean, this just looks terrifying. This is like two absolute titans clashing it out right now. And both of them are playing so solid. Look how symmetrical the position is. Both castled with their g-pawn pushed forward 1 square. Bishop's just in front of the king with the knights next to them. Like, this couldn't be any more symmetrical. I mean, other than the fact that, like, I don't know, Gukesh has a d-pawn, Hikaru has a c-pawn. So, like, they're going to put their rooks on different semi-open files. But what can you do? Rook goes over to d8 now. I mean, I am a bit of a genius. I did just call that. Knight jumps to e5 on this beautiful outpost with the d4 pawn. Show bishop trade. King takes back. And then bishop f8 is a slight mistake. I say slight because it's only like plus 0.5 for Gukesh now. Yeah, like plus 0.44. So, in my elo, this means nothing, okay? This is very normal. In fact, even like plus 2 means nothing, okay? Because I shall soon blunder my queen and throw everything away. I guess the idea is to push this pawn at some stage, opening up your bishop and just hope that Gukesh doesn't see his queens hanging. That works in when I play bullet. I don't think that's going to work here. b4 is played. This move knight to d7, so looking to try and force this knight away from this beautiful outpost. I mean, it's looking gorgeous. f4 is played, cementing it in place. e6 is played, opening up the bishop. So now, obviously, if Gukesh played here, well, that's bye-bye queen, and now we're attacking the rook. So obviously, Gukesh doesn't play this move b5 because, well, he's a classical world champion. He's not max chess. So instead, he slides his queen over, breaking the pin. We get this move knight to f6. Queen goes over to d3, queen d6, king to g1. I guess what you're trying to do is avoid this check, forking the king and the pawn. So you just slide back, break that. Hikaru puts his queen there anyway, targeting the pawn, and then does in fact pick it up. Now you'll notice, last couple of moves, Gukesh has spent a lot of time draining his clock. He's now down to 21 seconds, which against Hikaru, who's an absolute speed demon, it's not quite where you want to be, okay? Queen takes on a2, we get the move e4. So Gukesh does have this like ridiculously solid centre going for him, to be fair. Queen slides back, looking to pick up another pawn potentially. Bishop slides back, a6 is played, g4. Like, to be fair, this is the wrong board game. If Gukesh was playing Connect 4, he's won. Okay, he's absolutely destroyed Hikaru. But unfortunately, this isn't quite Connect 4. This is in fact chess. Okay, I don't know if Gukesh quite realised that when he played this move G4. Maybe he thought this was a Connect 4 board. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gukesh would have won. Instead, Hikaru realises this is not Connect 4. This is chess. So he plays Queen B5, offering a queen trade because he's up a pawn. So that would be quite favourable for him. Gukesh realises this. Plays the move Queen to F3, preparing to push this Connect 4. We get Knight to D7, looking to trade off the Knight. And the Bishop comes in to attack the Rook. But there's something called danger levels in chess, okay? So despite the fact that this is hanging, you can just ignore that completely and take the Knight. And you might go, hang on a minute, your Bishop. What is going on? Your Rook, sorry. It doesn't matter because you can't take it because then Gukesh would lose his queen, okay? So you take the rook, Hikaru would take the queen with check, by the way. So that isn't an option, so you have to take the knight. And now the rook needs to move, so it slides up a square on d7. Keeps the tension on this d-file, runs away from the bishop. Great move by Hikaru. We get rook f1, setting up a battery if you are Gukesh, but it doesn't matter because the rook on d7 defends his pawn, as does the king, so this would not be a favourable trade. Queen takes on b4, we get a pawn push, takes, and then we get this move, queen to d4 check, and Gukesh resigns the game. I mean, it's very clear why. Let's say you were to just block, then Hikaru can just go ahead and pick up one of these pawns. It doesn't actually overly matter which one. I mean, here you probably trade queens and then like slide a rook over or something. But Hikaru's just up 3 pawns, so once you start pushing these pawns, the game is over. So Hikaru, with a very dominant title Tuesday, picks up a win against the reigning world champion. Very big statement win. Like, despite Gukesh not being overly good at blitz, I mean, obviously, he's infinitely better than me. Please don't take that the wrong way. But he is no Hikaru Nakamura. He's no Ali Reza Firouzja. He's no Magnus Carlsen in these time controls. But it's still a very dominant win from Hikaru. Very impressive showing. He picks up the $5,000 that Title Tuesday offer every week. I mean, I've got a little way to be going to start competing for these prize pools, but I will get there, okay? Please do subscribe, guys. It would greatly help out my channel. If you enjoyed this review, like the video, comment down below anything. I will love you forever. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Also, thank you, Hikaru, for tuning in. I know you're there.